So I'm on the floor in my living room, and I have not a great setup right now, and I'm probably going to do very minimal, next to no editing, possibly no editing on this video. I just wanted to put something out there. I'm frosting my birthday cupcakes right now, because neither of my parents can do it. But since it's my birthday, it got me thinking about life. So this is pretty much just gonna be Joanna ranting while she frosts cupcakes. So, yesterday was my birthday, January 29th. I am another year older, which is weird to think about. But just my birthday, it brought up a lot of thoughts about my future and stuff, and I don't know. Like, graduation is becoming sooner and sooner for me because I have the possibility of graduating in either late 2018 or early 2019. So that's scary because that's a lot sooner than I'd like to think. But also kind of exhilarating because just I'm gonna be out in the real world a lot sooner than I'd like, I guess. So anyways, a couple of weeks ago my sister moved. I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm trying to put the frosting in the frosting bag. But I think I already told you guys, but a couple of weeks ago, I think 2 weeks ago, my sister moved to Germany. She's only going to be there for a little bit, like I think 5 to 6 months, which it's technically not a move, but she will be doing some she's doing a study abroad program there. And obviously my whole family went with her to the airport to just say goodbye and stuff. And like while at the airport, it got me thinking a lot about this summer and visiting my friend and just my future and the things I'm looking forward to in life, which are sadly not a lot of things I've been looking forward to. I'm just kind of going about my day. My days like very slowly and very emotionally void, I guess. Last year, exactly this time last year, I was a completely different person than who I am now. I was suicidal. I self-harmed a lot, pretty aggressively. I was not a good person to be around. And I ended up attempting suicide last year. Obviously I failed, I'm still here. But it was shortly after my birthday, and I went to the ER, and I spent a couple of hours there. It was around Valentine's Day. I remember it was around Valentine's Day because I have real-life grandparents, obviously, that I get along with okay, but my mom had texted my grandma that I was in the ER, and my grandma, her response was, "Ugh, why now?" And there was just no care or love in that situation. And then my mom texted a coworker who I've known for a couple of years. She texted her and told her, she was like, "Anna's in the ER." And right away, without even like a second of hesitation, the woman instantly was like, "Oh my God, is she okay? Does she need somebody to come? Does she need a grandma hug? Because I can get into the ER and I can get to her." And that was kind of amazing because genuinely with like an older relative, I've never had that kind of love and affection, I guess. So I adopted her, and she's my Grandma Lynn, and I love her very much. I just adopted her as my grandma. And I remember she brought me she got me candy because I told her that I wanted candy. So she brought me Skittles and then a little stuffed bear that was holding a heart that said, "I love you." And I don't know why, but when she handed me the bear, I just burst into tears, and I was very disgusting, and the people working at the ER were probably just like, "What is wrong with this kid?" But I still have the bear, and his name is Romeo, and I love him really much, like a whole lot. And I've hung out with my Grandma Lynn a whole lot. She has the flu right now, which is really sad. So yeah, that's who I was last year, like not that long ago. I was young, not young, I was obviously you're younger than I am now. I was afraid, I was stupid, and I didn't think about the consequences of the actions I made. I was off of school for a month because I was hospitalized, and just there were days where I would not get out of bed, and I missed a lot of school, actually. Part of the reason why I switched schools. I missed a whole lot of school. And this is getting really sad. I'm not trying to make it sad, I promise. It's just talking, I guess. But I missed a whole lot of school. I was gone a lot longer than I should have, and I'm extremely lucky I didn't have to repeat a grade. And I remember I came back because I went to a partial hospitalization thing, and so you go during the day and you go during the weekday, so it's kind of like school, and you're there the whole day, and then you go home and like sleep in your own bed and things like that, and they teach you just coping skills, and it's extremely helpful. I went twice. That last year was my second time, and I made some pretty good friends there, and it helped me a lot. But I remember they did a thing, if you go during the school year, you have to do school exposure, so they can make sure that you're fit to go to school, you're emotionally prepared for that again, because I had been gone for so long. So what they do is they have you go half a day and then a whole day. So for the one day you go for half a day, and then you go back to the program and you tell them how it went, and if they think you coped well with it, they send you back for a full day, and then if you did well with that, then you are allowed to leave the program. So there's that. So I went for half a day, and I remember I walked in, and one of my best friends ran up to me, and she was like full on close to sobbing. And she hugged me, and I was like, "What's going on? Like, why are you acting this way?" And her response was, "I thought you died. I thought you were dead." And I was just kind of like shocked and dumbfounded by that, because I was like, I didn't think anybody realized I was gone, I guess. I didn't think anybody realized I was important. And my teachers were pretty helpful, I guess. Mostly they just didn't really know what to do with me. I just sat, and they told me, they're like, "Oh, don't bring any schoolwork or anything." Like the people at the program, they're like, "Don't bring any schoolwork or anything. This isn't for school. This half day and this day is not for schoolwork. It is for trying to expose you to people again and trying to expose you to that stressful environment." So I brought my little backpack, and I had Romeo with me, and it was really good. It was really, really good seeing my friends. And officially yesterday, it has been a full year since I have self-harmed, and it felt really good. Like Elijah Daniel, I really love him, and I follow him on Twitter, and he made the post on Twitter. I don't know if any of you follow him or saw, but he was asking people like about how long they've gone and just talking with people about it, and it was really cool, and it was really nice reading all the comments, because there were some people who were like, "Oh, a day," or some people who were 12 years. And like, I totally agree with him with the fact that any amount of time that you haven't done it is success. And it has been such a phenomenally short amount of time since I was in that headspace, that horrible, awful headspace. But for me, it has been absolutely amazing, because let's say my friend that I told you guys about in the last video, if I had lost them before I learned all the coping skills, the reaction would have been 100 times worse. I would have just gone off the deep end. And I kind of did, but I think I had better coping skills, and I know I did mention that I didn't have great coping skills, but they were a lot better than what they could have been. I'm extremely lucky to have, I'm sorry I'm licking my fingers, it's literally just my family who is eating this. I know some of you are going to find that gross, but it is just my family, so I'm sorry. I am extremely lucky to have such a good support system in my life. I have a really great therapist, I have a really great psychiatrist, I have a really great just general health lady. I have a fantastic family. I have very supportive friends who love me dearly. I have myself, and that is just as good. I didn't expect this video to be like that, but to be like this, I guess, but I'm kind of glad it's turning out this way. Your life is really precious, your life is really important, and you may not want to believe it, because I was one of those people. I was one of those people who would scoff and just be like, oh, well, that's dumb, if somebody was ever like, oh, your life is important and you matter. Because I never thought I did until I came back and saw my friends who were really excited to see me, and I heard my friends talking about me and like good things about me, and it was really nice to feel needed and feel loved. And I work with kids. I'm a babysitter now, and that's obviously the most like normal job for any teenage girl, but I'm a babysitter, and there's this family I watch, and it's a family of 6 kids. The oldest girl, I love her so much. I would do almost anything for this little girl, because she is just the sweetest, most precious angel. And she came and saw me. Like, I met her at my church. I am not really a huge believer, but my family is, and her family is. And she's 7, I think. And I went to church one day, and her mom had told her, because her mom and I are friends, her mom had told her that I was having a rough time. It was shortly after I had been released from the hospital. She just told her that I was having a rough time, and they're the type of family where they don't really keep things from their kids. They don't sugarcoat things. They don't beat around the bush when it comes to telling their children what's going on. And I kind of admire that. But she told her, she was like, Anna's having a bit of a rough time right now. Well, why? Well, she doesn't like being alive right now. Well, why? I don't know. None of us really know. And seeing the little girl, she came up to me and she was just hugging me and telling me that she loved me a lot. She'd be very sad if I wasn't alive anymore. And it meant a lot to me, and seeing her, it just reminded me of everything I would leave behind if I did decide. And it just reminded me of all the possibilities and all the things that could and will happen to me. And it was honestly kind of terrifying just imagining losing all of that. And I have struggled so much even since then. I was in a relationship with a guy for a couple of months, and I found out he was cheating on me. I have been in a really intense relationship, physically abusive. I have been hurt in ways that somebody should not be hurt, but I'm still here, and I'm not just using that as I've been hurt, I've had a horrible life, I'm allowed to complain, because I'm allowed to complain. If you're struggling, you're allowed to complain. The excuse where somebody has it worse than you, that's the worst excuse I've ever heard. Because yeah, somebody has it worse, and there's somebody on this earth that has the worst life imaginable, but that doesn't make them the only person allowed to complain. I feel like everybody deserves at least the right to complain at least a little bit. Like, if your problems are totally stupid, like the people who are like, oh, people of color are ruining my life, like, that's dumb. Don't complain about that. The people who are genuinely struggling, they deserve the right to complain. You're not selfish for feeling pain. You're not dumb for feeling pain. You're not useless for struggling to get out of bed because of your emotional or physical pain. You're not anything that the people tell you you are. You're so much more important than you'd like to imagine. And I've come to realize that through my time in recovery, through my time in hospitals, through my time in support groups, through my time with friends. You are so much more important than you'd like to believe. And you're so much more important than your brain is telling you. And that's so tragic. because there are people who will never, ever learn about how fantastic and amazing they are. And that's what happened to my friend. She will never hear the words, "You changed my life," because I said them too late. I said them at her funeral. I never got the chance to tell her that she changed my life, even though she did. And it was a huge wake-up call when she died, I guess. It was a huge wake-up call through everything, because it was just realizing that the impact that it has on everyone, because we were not best friends, but we were close friends, and we knew each other, and we'd experienced each other's worst times. And it's so tragic, I guess. And I'm one of those people who, like, I'm jokingly always like, tragic. So I guess I'm kind of yelling at myself for using the wrong wording. But, yeah. All that sad, emo stuff aside, I think this is going to be a good year. I think that this is going to be one of the greatest years. My hopes and aspirations are to finish this year of school, like finish this, because I get to choose my own timing with everything at school. So my goal is to finish this specific year. My goal is to finally get in all of my hours for driving, because I'm very slow with that. I still have not gotten my license. My goal is to fly to Arizona. I would like to, sorry, my cat's trying to eat the cupcakes. I would like to fly to Arizona. I would like to see more of my friends. I would like to stop putting off parties and fun things that I could be doing because I'm afraid. And I would like to love myself more than I already do. And I wish you the best of luck with loving yourself, with achieving your dreams, with finishing school. And I'm yelling at myself right now for being so cheesy, but I wish you the best of luck in whatever you would like to do. And do what you want, as long as you are not hurting or hurting. Yeah, do what you want as long as you are not hurting anybody. That's kind of my thought process. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed me talking about life while I was frosting cupcakes. Also, I finished a whole plate. Woo! Okay. Bye.